Peace, family. Hope all is well. Today I'm going to be breaking down the resolution element more in depth so you guys can get a more linear perspective of how to create it in your affidavit as well as understand it. But first, a disclaimer. This is not financial advice. This is not legal advice. If you are seeking legal or financial advice, I highly encourage you to seek legal or financial counsel immediately. Let's get into it. Now, family, let's talk about the resolution, okay? Which is the second element of your affidavit out of the 5, okay? So as we're putting this together, in box 1 here, it says, what happens in the event that this claim is dishonored? This is what we're trying to get to come across to the company. So some things we must understand and convey. Let's go straight to box 2 right here, okay? How would you like for the company to respond to you? It's very important that you let them know this, okay? Would you like for them to respond via mail under penalty of perjury as well as you have? What that means is, would you like for them to have to go to a notary, okay, and sign their response the same way that you have as you have been sending this out to them? If you don't stipulate that, they'll respond to you in any way that they choose, and they would be valid in the argument against you. Which takes us to this box right here. Be matter of fact with your conditions on how you would not like how they should contact you pertaining to this matter as well. You must have your stipulations in there. If you don't want them to call you, if you don't want them to email you, that's something that you must state. All right. That way you have a leg to stand on if they decide to respond that way and defend themselves. Which brings us here to box 3. Okay. What is the time frame in which you would like for the company to respond? That is very important. I highly encourage 10 days, okay? But however many days you choose, make sure that you stipulate and set a time frame in order for them to respond to you. That way it's not drawing out and lagging, okay? Which brings us here. Whatever the time frame it is you choose should be uniform throughout the process. So if you choose 10 days for them to respond, okay, make sure that you are doing the same thing in order to enforce your argument throughout your process. Okay, so round 1, you're giving them 10 days. Round 2, you're giving them 10 days. Round 3, you're giving them 10 days. However many rounds it takes, make sure you remain uniform in what you are stating right here, okay? Which brings us here. It is very important that your response time is in accordance with your expectation of the company. All right, self-explanatory. Which brings us here to box 4. What will the consequence be if your claim goes unrebutted? Which brings us here. Make sure you back up your reason with the proper code, law, or maxim. Okay? Let's get further into this. If you can recall in our last video, okay, we spoke about the types of law, okay, via use for the affidavits. It's important that you choose one throughout your process and stick to it, as well as being able to back up yourself in that particular arena. We have at law, we have constitutional, and we have equity. If you are using at law, okay, that's statutory. These are primarily dealing with state regulations. Example, if you are using Texas, all right, in your statutory at law arena, all right, a citation for the Texas Administrative Code includes the source abbreviation, date, title, number, and section number. For example, 31, Texas Statute 201.1 refers to the section of Title 31 in which the regulation can be found. So you would be backing up, okay, your reason with your particular state code if you are keeping it there, okay? If you decide to use the constitutional arena, all right, this is federal. This is primarily dealing with the Uniform Commercial Code. For example, UCC 1-308 is part of Article 1 of the UCC, which covers general provisions. Other sections in Article 1 will include 1-301, territorial applications, parties, powers to choose applicable law. 1-306, waiver or renunciation of claim or right after breach. You would have to back up your reason with the Uniform Commercial Code throughout your process. If you decide to go with equity, all right, this is where you're using maxims. This is primarily dealing with good faith operations outside and above the previous two that we've just stated. For example, equity will not suffer a wrong to be without a remedy. The equitable power of a court is not bound by cast iron rules, but exists to do fairness and is flexible and adaptable to particular exigencies so that relief will be granted when, in the view of all the circumstances, to deny it will permit one party to suffer a gross wrong at the hands of another. Okay, and that comes directly from PCS Nitrogen Inc. versus Ross Development Corporation. So hopefully you guys are understanding when you're utilizing a reason, okay, to back it up properly in a certain arena throughout your entire process. Okay, let's continue. So as far as having a reason and properly backing it up, it is paramount that you have a figure included for damages in your claim for this element, okay? A dollar amount for the damages, okay? This is part of accounting in your process, okay? Because if you don't have a figure and you're not properly backing up your reason in the proper arena, you lack strength in your argument in order for you to receive your remedies, your recoupments, your rewards. All right, and here in our fourth box, leave no stone unturned, okay? Here, it is important that you realize that after this, you won't be able to include any more damages pertaining to this matter. So be precise, okay, with how you are approaching this element. And lastly, this element is what you have the ability to enforce to hold the company accountable for their actions against you. So family, hopefully that made sense as far as breaking down the resolution, which is the second element in your entire affidavit. Okay, these are the 5. All right. In my previous video, I broke down the narrative. In this video, we broke down the resolution and its importance, okay, to your entire affidavit. This is a real crucial element because this is what you are enforcing with a figure attached to it in the proper arena, backed by a reason in the proper arena throughout your entire process. So remember, family, if you guys would like to become students and understand how to do this more in depth, okay, there's a link in my bio on my page, Via Vital, VIAVITAE, okay, on TikTok. If you are interested, simply type interested in the comment box below. I will get you that link. All right. This is how you're going to be able to raise your competency and administer in your trust properly. So after you set yourself up to receive the refund, okay, learning how the taxpayer operates and what you're going to be learning in the academy, this particular portion of becoming a student and a member of our nation is going to be like, okay, you're going to be competent enough to handle your affairs, okay? That's what we are here for. Now, if this has helped in any way, please like, share, comment on this video, family. So all in all, I hope this helps, family, and I love you guys. Peace.